to all of you. Welcome to St. Anselm College and the first debate of the year 2012. The voting is underway, and George, those 8 votes in Iowa reminded us on Tuesday every vote counts.
No question about it. We are off and running. Great to be here with you, Josh. And now let's introduce the candidates. Former Governor Jon Huntsman, Texas Congressman Ron Paul, former Governor of Massachusetts Mitt Romney, former Senator from Pennsylvania Rick Santorum, the former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, and Texas Governor Rick Perry. Congressman Paul, let's stay on the issue of records. You've got a new ad up in South Carolina taking direct aim at Senator Santorum. You call him a corporate lobbyist, a Washington insider with a record of betrayal. You also call him corrupt in that ad. Senator Santorum is standing right here. Are you willing to stand by those charges and explain them?
Well, it was a quote. Somebody did make a survey, and I think he came out as one of the top corrupt individuals because he took so much money from the lobbyists. But really what the whole... There it goes again.
They caught you not telling the truth, Ron.
But what really counts is his record. I mean, he's a big government, big spending individual because, you know, he preached the fact that he wanted a balanced budget amendment but voted to raise the debt to 5 times. So he is a big government person. And we as Republicans know something about right to work. He voted against right to work. He voted along with No Child Left Behind to double, you know, the size of the Department of Education, and he also voted for a prescription drug program. So he's a big government person, along with him being very associated with the lobbyists and taking a lot of funds. And also, where did he make his living afterwards? I mean, he became a high-powered lobbyist in Washington, D.C., and he's done quite well. We checked out Newt on his income. I think we ought to find out how much money he's made from the lobbyists as well.
Congressman Paul, do you accept it?
Well, you know, it is true. I believe Congress should designate how the money should be spent. I agree with that. But the big difference between the way I voted and the senator voted is I always voted against the spending. I voted against all the spending. There's only been a couple appropriations bills I voted for in the past, 26 years I've been in Washington. So you're a big spender. That's all there is to it. You're a big government conservative. And you don't vote for, you know, right to work and these very important things, and that's what weakens the economy. So to say you're a conservative, I think, is a stretch, but you've convinced a lot of people of it, but somebody has to point out your record.
Here's what frustrates me, is that you go get the earmarks and then you vote against the bill. Now, I don't know what they call that in other places, but Congressman Paul, in Texas, we call that hypocrisy.
Well, I call it being a constitutionalist because I believe we should earmark or designate every penny. You designate weapon systems, you designate money to go to spend $1 billion on an embassy in Iraq. That's an earmark too. I say that Congress has more responsibility. But this thing, back to Senator Santorum, you know, he ducks behind this. He's for this balanced budget amendment, but voted 5 times to increase the national debt by trillions of dollars. This is what the whole Tea Party movement's about. Quit. I mean, government's practically stopped at over increasing the national debt. You did it 5 times. So what's your excuse for that? That's trillions of dollars. You kept this thing going. You didn't do very much to slow it up when you had a chance.
I want to bring in Josh now.
Yeah, I want to stay on the topic of commander-in-chief as well. Obviously, that puts you in charge of the most powerful armed forces in the world. Only 2 of you on stage have served in the military. Dr. Paul was a flight surgeon, Governor Perry a pilot. There are 25 million veterans in this country, 3 million currently serving active duty. So this question is very relevant to a large number of voters out there. And the question goes to you, Governor Perry.